Hey Tim, this is Kevin's mic 1.
Yeah, Kevin, Augustana last in the CCIW with an average of 6 3-pointers.
That was Tim Kirchin. Is redemption on tap for the Cardinals tonight against the Augustana Vikings? That is the big question. As number 2, Augustana travels inside the home of the Cardinals, North Central, number 13 in the latest D3 Hoop rankings. This should be an epic showdown. A lot to be decided tonight, and we're proud to have this game on NCTV 17. Kevin Jackman, Joe Olmo here, bringing you the action live from the campus of North Central College. The teams are on the floor. They're all warmed up, lining up for the national anthem, which will come your way in about 20 seconds. Starting lineups, more analysis, and all that much more coming up in just a bit. Well, let's now take a quick break for the national anthem here on NCTV 17.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Werner Fieldhouse and Gregory Arena on the campus of North Central College. Tonight's CCIW men's basketball game is between the Augustana College Vikings and your North Central College Cardinals. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, that you please rise. Kindly remove all hats. Face the flag above the west end of the court as we join the North Central Cardinal Athletic Band under the direction of Dr. Sean Kelly as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
So here's the situation inside the CCIW. It's a complicated one. Right now, Augustana tied with North Central at the top of the conference with identical 8-1 marks. Right behind them, 7-2 Elmhurst. But the way it has worked so far this year, the Cardinals have beaten Elmhurst. Elmhurst has beaten Augustana. Augustana put a whooping on North Central down in Rock Island. So right now, it is anybody's conference, so tonight will go a long way to deciding who gets to host the CCIW and who gets the automatic berth into the whole shebang, the national tournament. Welcome back, Kevin Jackman, Joe Olmo, and the first thing I want to ask you, Joe, before we get to the starting lineup for the Cardinals, Alex Sorensen has been so good this season. He has been the catalyst for NCC all across the board. How does he try to attack this Augustana team tonight, considering he is so much better at home than he is on the road?
Well, his size advantage is going to be a key, definitely, for North Central. As long as they can feed him the ball inside, outside, he's got to make his shots from three-point range to be effective on both sides of the court.
Let's go down to the floor. Lucas Mitzel with the Cardinals starting lineup.
A 6-foot senior guard from Schweitzer, Minnesota. Number 11, Jamie Moten. And forward is 6'5", Richmond from Plainfield. Number 32, Connor Vernon. A 6'2" sophomore guard from Chicago. Number 34, Erwin Henry. And from Denmark, a 6'8" sophomore forward, number 44, Alex Sorensen. The Cardinals are coached by Todd Reardon, assisted by Mitch Reardon, Aaron Tickness, and Vince Kmet. The faculty mentors are John Madonna.
One of the guys that we did not mention off the top, Jamie Moten, second in the conference in three-point shooting. The guy started the year out very cold. As of late, has absolutely caught fire. Red hot hand for Jamie Moten. the Cardinals are going to need him tonight if they want to beat one of the top teams in the nation.
Yeah, you mentioned it. Moten is now 6th in Cardinals history in three-point makes. He needs 17 more to tie Mike Kubelda and Ray Vicario for 4th all-time. I think he might not get it tonight. 17 seems like a lot, but definitely has a good chance to to cut into that deficit, to show what he can do here as a senior. You know that he's going to want to get a good piece of Augustana after that blowout loss earlier this year.
I think if he gets 17 tonight, that won't be the record that we're talking about come night's end. Moten will win the opening toss and takes it right to the rack. And first 2 points of the night for Jamie Moten. And we're off and running here inside Gregory Arena. 20 minutes up on the clock. Hunter Hill is the point guard for the Vikings, a very dynamic guard. Is around 6 feet tall, but is putting in about 14.5 points a game. A deep three for the guard, and he will ricochet in and out, no good. Tapped out of bounds by fellow big man Ben Ryan. And Ryan was the newcomer of the CCIW a number of years ago. Now a senior, he has made a real impact here with Augustana. The other starters on the floor, Griffin Pills, Tavian Johnson, and Brandon Motzel. Those are the starting 5. Connor Reardon, a freshman, so good this season. And a whistle before the shot attempt. Alex Sorensen draws it, going to the rack. Cardinals are going to want to come out aggressive against this Augustana team because the last time they faced them, it was 33-2 before they even knew what hit them.
Yeah, it wasn't a pretty loss. It was 76-49 that game. Not the best effort for the Cardinals, so they're definitely going to want to come out here a little bit more energized, a little bit more poised, especially after the way that they lost that game.
No look pass to Jamie Moten. Moten misses. Nice court vision from Connor Reardon. Kind of plays the small forward, power forward, but often plays the point forward position where he actually handles the ball with Jagger Anderson out of the game. Ryan with the basketball over to Pills. First time with the basketball in his hands tonight. To the rack, it's Ryan. Leaves it short off the front of the rim. Motzel gets the offensive board and takes it right back and ties this game up at 2. Alex Sorensen, we mentioned his blocking prowess early on. He's averaging over 2 a game, the leader in the conference in that stat category. Wise decision there not to go up with the shot, knowing that Motzel had good position underneath the rim.
Yeah, you don't want to get any silly fouls early in this game, especially only 2 minutes into the game. You need to make sure you keep your fouls for later on when you need them.
Anderson spin move into the lane, no good, gets his own rebound. Moten gets a lot of time to queue up a 3, misses, and Sorensen, another offensive board, 3rd try for the Cardinals. Is it going to be a 3rd time a charm? Down low, Sorensen under the basket, leaves it short, and Motzel pulls it down. Ahead to Johnson. Johnson in the lane, stops, kicks it out. I take that back. That is Straughter, Jawan Straughter, a senior. And a foul on Straughter. Jagger Anderson pushing the issue in transition.
You're going to want to have to do that. Yeah, North Central is going to have to push the ball a little bit. Push the tempo, get Augustana off their game. They obviously have a lot of size underneath, so it's going to be harder for them to get back in transition. If North Central can go ahead, push the tempo with their guard play that they have, it'll be a little bit easier for them to play in this type of environment tonight.
Since that demoralizing loss down in Rock Island, the Cardinals have ripped off 5 consecutive wins. And you talked to Jamie Moten after that Elmhurst win, and he said that that really gave them a reality check, that they couldn't get too high, they couldn't get too confident. They also don't want to get too low in those moments of the season that are inevitable where you are on a losing streak. As Motzel goes into the chest of Sorensen, tries to clear some space. Sorensen doesn't give up an inch.
No. 6'7" frame, that's a lot of body to work with right down there.
Kicked out, Straughter lines up a 3 and knocks it down off the assist from Ben Ryan. It's a 5-2 score. Augustana first lead of the contest.
And maybe a little surprising that they actually hit that 3, because Vikings are only hitting 6 3-pointers per game, lowest in the CCIW.
Cardinals also one of the best teams defending the 3-point line. Opponents averaging just 32% from behind the arc against the Cardinal defense. A foul underneath the basket. Ben Ryan hooking Connor Reardon, who was trying to make a baseline cut. So 16:50 to go, 5-2. Augustana on top of the Cardinals early going to this one. Inbound to Anderson, crossover on Hunter Hill to the rim, and gets a friendly roll. What a move.
What a pretty play.
Hill pushing the issue the other way. Basically the same size between Anderson and Hill. Should be a fun matchup to watch over the course of tonight. Straughter misses. Wasn't sure if that was tipped by Sorensen or not, but Moten comes the other way. Either way, it's a miss.
Yeah, it didn't look like Sorensen got a piece of it, but his size clearly made the difference in directing that shot.
That's one of the things Sorensen brings, not just the 2 blocks, but just his presence underneath the basket.
Yeah, absolutely.
Erwin Henry to the corner. Moten with a quick pull from the corner pocket. No good. Rebound to Erwin Henry. Up and under move is good, and the Cardinals reclaim the lead, 6-5.
Moten could have had a case for a foul there. Refs didn't blow the whistle, but Henry wise enough to go back up with that rebound and get it 2 points.
Pills with a screen from Motzel and a foul on Erwin Henry, who is getting backed down by the 6'7" center. And some fresh substitutions coming in for Augustana. Tavian Johnson in the contest. Dylan Sortillo. And then the big guy, Krishan Orange, who's averaging just 4 points a game. He had 18 in the first meeting between these two teams. A perfect 3 for 3 from behind the three-point line. An outburst that hasn't been seen for the rest of the season. Tavian Johnson draws the foul. That's now 2 on the Cardinals. Kevin Hahn checking into the game for the first time for Alex Sorensen.
Yeah, in a matchup like this with 2 top 15 teams in D3, you know that the play is going to be physical, and the refs are clearly making sure the players keep themselves in check early on in this game.
Wheaton game got a little chippy on Saturday. That was certainly a game that had to be watched out for, considering the rivalry over the last few years. Well, last 100 years, I guess you could say. Near side, Hunter Hill working against Anderson, gets a screen from Johnson, goes the opposite way, and it's Anderson committing a push-off foul on Hill.
Yeah,
that is the first on him.
There, yeah. Again, like we said, they're going to make sure that you're playing properly and not holding, not hand checking, and he got away. He didn't get away with that one, clearly.
Now Hunter Hill, starting for a couple of years now, not the biggest guy on the floor, but has proven that he can create shots for himself and his teammates. Underneath the basket, Connor Reardon draws a whistle. 3 Cardinal fouls in the matter of just 40 seconds. And you can see his father, Todd Reardon, the head coach of the Cardinals, not too happy with the officials on that one.
When you have a size advantage that he has against Reardon, and you see that he's clearly putting an elbow into Reardon, you can see why Coach Todd Reardon is not happy about his son getting called for that foul.
Now, one thing to notice over the course of the night is the Cardinals are the worst free throw shooting team in the CCIW. Augustana, one of the best. So if it comes down to charity stripe shots, it's going to be tough for the Cardinals to match. But Jagger Anderson trying to make that a non-factor. Goes coast to coast and pours in 2. Anderson so fast, we've seen him burst from one side of the floor to the other a lot this season. Is averaging just a shade under 10 points a game, but if he wasn't on a team with dynamic scorers like Reardon and Sorensen, you could make an argument that he could be scoring 20 points a game as Ben Ryan goes back to the glass and gets 2 more.
That's going to be a matchup to watch out for. Ben Ryan is 216 pounds. Connor Reardon only 185. Obviously a size matchup for Augustana that they're going to try to exploit throughout this matchup.
Reardon and a push-off foul. This is coming against Ryan, so possibly a makeup foul coming the other way. Didn't look like there was a lot of contact in the lane, but enough to warrant a whistle. Jake Jilton checks in, as Ryan will go to the bench with 2 early fouls. Quickly thrown out to Jagger Anderson, one-hops him, directing traffic from straight away. Under 15 to play, first half of action, tied at 8. Cardinals already off to a better start than they were down in Rock Island when they were down 33-2. Kevin Hahn on the wing. Down low, Reardon. New man on him, that's Tavian Johnson. Going to work, backing him down, cross-court pass Hahn. To the hole, off the glass, and Kevin Hahn, his first 2 of the night.
Nice little soft left-handed touch there. Make sure he gets a little kiss off the glass. Nice play.
Hill hands off, near side. That's Sortillo. Now Johnson, crossover in the lane, contact and an offensive foul. Kevin Hahn took it just outside the restricted area, and he looks up and he goes, yep, I got you. Nice little smile on the face of the Cardinals' sixth man.
Team fifth. Into the game for the Cardinals, number 22.
When you are that first man off the bench, you got to make sure that you're doing it both offensively and defensively. Hahn putting his body on the line in the paint, and it pays off.
Reardon, the inbounder, as Moten goes to the sidelines. Aiden Chang checking in for the first time. He's amongst the top 10 in three-point shooting in the conference. Surprisingly enough. Hasn't taken a ton, considering he's maybe the 7th or 8th guy in the rotation, but the Cardinals have a steady hand from the perimeter should they need a big three-point shot down the stretch.
Yeah, Aiden Chang, 23 of 59 on the season. That's good for 390 shooting percentage from three-point land.
And a foul coming against Augustana. Kevin Hahn drawing it. There was Tavian Johnson who absorbed the contact. And right away, Kevin Hahn, who's known as that burst of energy, he doesn't show it necessarily on his face with his body language, but when he comes in, the amount of hustle, the amount of tenacity that he has really ignites that second win for the starting lineup.
Well, yeah, just in this minute and a half alone, he's already put up 3 points now with this free throw. And his defensive energy, as you said, the energy that he's bringing defensively as well, causing the charge, is really stepping up. And you can see it from the bench. They're getting into it. And again, this is a much better start than the last time that these two matched up.
Taking a seat is Connor Reardon. Alex Sorensen back in the game. Also back in, or rather in for the first time, is Michael Hoekstra, a 6'7" junior center. He has the ball underneath, lays it up and in for an easy 2. Nice backdoor cut and pass for Augustana. The Vikings 19-1 this season. Their only loss coming to Elmhurst, who, by the way, the Cardinals beat 80-62. So if you want to go back to that game in Rock Island, that might not be the best. Oh my. Wow. What a move. Jagger Anderson. You talk about a spark plug from Kevin Hahn. Jagger Anderson is lightning in a bottle. I forgot what I was talking about. That he just erased my memory.
He'll do that to you with those kind of moves.
14-10, 12:30 to go. Nearly a travel. Baseline jumper from Johnson's good. I think what I was saying was Augustana, the game down in Rock Island, may not be the best barometer to compare these two teams. Might have just been an off night for the Cardinals, and the road struggles are a real thing, especially for Alex Sorensen, arguably the most vital cog in the Cardinal lineup. Fall away shot for the big man, well off the mark to the right. Pulled down by Sortillo and ahead to Johnson. Rather, that was Orange on the perimeter. Near side, Straughter gets a screen and a moving charge on Hoekstra.
He doesn't agree with the call, but Cardinals will definitely take it. Maybe another makeup call, but refs seem very certain about that call, so we'll take it.
17 fouls now on the Vikings, just 4 on the Cardinals. Greg Giavini, the coach of Augustana, a 17-year coach, has won the coach of the conference 5 times, including last year in which the Vikings went to the D3 Hoops championship game. Ended up losing to UW-Stevens Point, so he's a seasoned vet. He is not happy with the whistles early on in this one.
I don't think either coach is really happy with it, but the refs are trying to keep this game in check. They don't want to get out of hand too early. You may see it loosen up later on the game.
With 3 on the shot clock, Kevin Hahn unleashes a 3, skips off the rim. Orange pushes it ahead to Pills. To the baseline, and a push-off foul on Erwin Henry. He looks up in exasperation. And that is the 5th team foul on the Cardinals. And now Henry will go to the bench with 2 personal fouls. Connor Reardon back in.
Returning for the Cardinals, number 32, Connor Reardon. Checking in for the Vikings, number 14.
14-12, 11-15 to go, first half. We are off and running, and this is the game that we were expecting. Number 2 versus number 13. Outside to Pills. Hunter Hill comes all the way across the floor to the opposite side. He's taken 1 shot tonight from distance, and it was off the mark. Everything else has been in close. Here's another one, and it rims in and out just like that first one. Halfway down and then pops out.
And he's shooting from almost NBA range, so he needs to maybe step up a little bit more if he really wants to get a good look at that three-pointer.
Sorensen on the perimeter. Can knock the shot down, but needs some space to do so. Not the quickest release like a Jamie Moten or an Aiden Chang. Moten working on ISO, now gets a screen from Sorensen, goes the opposite way. Cross-court pass tipped out of bounds by Pills. Cardinals will reset, but with just 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Moten was just stuck up in the air. And
yeah,
really
once you
had
get up in
nowhere
the
to go
air,
with it.
you really have to make a decision and go with it. And he didn't like his shot opportunity, try to throw it out to Hahn, but again, when you're in that position, you're not Jason Kidd. You can't make ridiculous plays like that. You have to find a way to get it to your guy or make the shot.
3 on the clock, and Jordan Pills bails out, or rather Griffin Pills bails out the Cardinals by fouling Connor Reardon. So now Reardon to the line. He's the Cardinals' top free throw shooter at 76%. A chance for 2 and to give the Cardinals a 4-point lead, which is the largest tonight held by either team. Misses on the front end. Kevin Hahn, the offensive board, kicks it out. Moten wants another 3. He's taking a few. Reardon on the opposite side lays up the miss. We'll call it an assist. Why not?
It won't
Not a
go
pretty
down on the
one.
stat sheet, but hey, we'll call it that.
Travel on Jordan Pills. I keep calling him Jordan Pills. It's Griffin Pills. His brother played for the team a number of years ago. But it looked like he wanted to go to Matzel on the block, and he was covered up completely by the Cardinals.
Yeah, it looked like another one of those situations that Moten got himself in, just kind of lost real estate and ended up traveling.
Outside, Jagger Anderson back in the game. We're approaching the midway point of this first half. 10 minutes to play. Kevin Hahn thought about a 3, now drives. Left hand, scoops it off the glass and good. 6 early points for the senior bench leader. Disastrous sequence for Augustana. Pass down low, no foul called on Sorensen. Outside Strutter, back to Hill. Makes a man miss, now goes back to Strutter. And an offensive foul underneath the basket. I don't know what was going on that offensive possession, but it was not good for Augustana. That is what I do know.
Yeah, the Augie faithful was not happy at all with that no call on the 3-point shot fake. Sorensen got caught leaning, jumped into the man. No call there, but good for the Cardinals, bad for Augie. And again, you see down low, there's a little bit of physical play going on down low. So the refs are trying to control that, make sure that it doesn't get too out of hand. Obviously, Reardon was pretty fired up about that call.
We're a quarter of the way through this game, and we've already seen the intensity from both teams. A lot of whistles that haven't been agreed to, but aside from that, you can see aggressiveness going to the hole, aggressiveness trying to set up positioning underneath the basket. There's some big guys on the floor right now. Typically in Division III, you're not going to get these 6'10", 6'11" guys, so 6'7" is about where the big guys fall. You have Matzel, he's 6'7". Sorensen is 6'8". These guys are bruisers underneath the basket. Right now, they're not really being allowed to play physically. I'm not sure who that advantage goes to, but it seems like the Cardinals because of Sorensen's versatile play.
Well, you also notice that in that last sequence with Hahn going to the basket on Matzel, he used his speed to his advantage because, again, they're making sure that the refs are calling those hand checks so Matzel can't get a body on him to slow him down, and Hahn's getting those easy chances at the rim.
Inbounded to Hahn, fired over to Jagger Anderson, and the Cardinals escape the full court press. So 9:30 to go. Reardon directing traffic to Sorensen. Makes Matzel look silly on the pump fake and goes to the hole to get 2.
Well, Matzel has to respect Sorensen from three-point land. It's a lot different than most 6'8" centers.
Hook shot from Ryan, no good. Matzel, the offensive board, fighting to get it back up, and he does.
Brandon Matzel.
20-14, under 9 to play first half. Cardinals have certainly come out with the level of play, and as I say that, it's thrown out of bounds, but to that point, Cardinals have come out with the level of play that they needed to against the second-ranked team in the nation.
Especially after that blowout loss last time we've seen these two teams play. you know that they're going to come out fired up. They're going to want to show Augustana that they're not going to get bullied in the game, that they, especially the way that they did last time.
Another hook shot for Ryan. This time he gets it to fall with the left hand. It should be noted that right now, as things stand, as Anderson pushes it into the lane, now U-turns it out. Augustana is on pace for just 64 points in the game. They have won 3 straight, and they've done so by an average of scoring 96 a contest as Raritan steps on the end line and out of play.
Yeah, a couple of turnovers now for Raritan on back-to-back possessions. They're going to have to limit those turnovers if they're going to have to stay in this game. You just said 3 straight games of 90-plus points after only scoring in the 70s pretty much most of the season. So Augustana's offense has definitely come around. Cardinals not too shabby themselves. They've had a couple 90-point games lately. Obviously, that Wheaton game on Saturday was only 71-67. But these two teams know how to score. So we're going to see as this contest continues who's going to really pull ahead late into this half and into the second half.
Straughter drives, backdoor cut, Johnson, left hand, cannot get it to go, but goes to the free throw line. Foul on Alex Sorensen, that's his first. He has had some issues with foul trouble over the course of the year, but as of late has done a really nice job at avoiding those early whistles that put him in the dog pound for, those 5, 6, 7-minute stretches. Johnson to the line. Cardinals up by 4 with 7:53 to go. And clanks the first. It should be noted that despite the fact that Augustana put up 97 points in their last game against North Park, an overtime affair, Hunter Hill, who's typically their most steady scorer, was just 3 of 13 from the floor. So North Park was able to figure something out against the dynamic guard to limit his opportunities from the floor. Unfortunately for them, he was 10 of 10 from the free throw line. So the guy he's able to combat those long shooting slumps with some periods of good play. But tonight, the Cardinals have been able to play that part, and he's 0 for 2 so far.
Yeah, Hunter Hill has only shot those 2 3-pointers that we've seen so far, so he's 0 for 2. Obviously, North Central is figuring out a way to keep him at bay. If it's been Jagger Anderson, if it's Jamie Moten, they've been doing a really nice job.
Cardinals break the press. Raritan looked like he might have double dribbled. The Augustana faithful thought he did. No whistle.
I thought he got fouled. He got hacked
Could
across
have
the
been.
head.
Just 9 on the shot clock. Anderson staring down. Now it's Moten. Hughes up a 3 from the right wing. Elbows around, no good. Tracked down by Hahn, thrown back towards play. This will be a backcourt violation. Wait a second. Coach Todd Raritan is arguing the whistle. And they're saying it's off the rebound, that he was saving it from going out of play. I have to be honest, I'm not sure what the ruling should be on that play. I thought it was going to be a backcourt violation.
I think Coach Raritan might have a point, because technically there was no possession for either team. It was just a play out of bounds.
Another roll to the rim for Johnson. Raritan there couldn't disrupt the shot enough to make the miss. And now the Vikings to within 1 of NCC with 7 to play. First half of action. We are absolutely no short of action in this first half. Anderson again to the hole, this time a little too strong. Gets his own offensive board and kicks it out to Moten. Henry wanted a 3, passes it up. Raritan from the near side wing, clanks it off the front of the rim. And Ryan, the defensive board. And a timeout taken by Augustana. A 30-second break. We'll take a break with them. Cardinals up a point, 6:39 to go. We'll be back on NCTV 17. Welcome back. Hunter Hill gets the inbound off the timeout. A wise decision from Ben Ryan calling that timeout from the corner. Was double teamed off the miss. And now it's Ryan going to work on the baseline. Spins, blocked by Connor Reardon. Sent right back down to earth. Vikings back with it, 7 on the shot clock now. Reardon has to defend again. Left-handed hook is good, and the Vikings claim a 21-20 lead. Very persistent underneath the basket. And that left-handed shot is so accurate for the offhand.
Well, I mentioned earlier that Augustana is not known for their three-point shooting. Well, that's because they're much better inside shooting. 82 points per game, that leads the CCIW.
High off the glass, Erwin Henry gives the lead right back to the Cardinals. Hill high steps in the lane, kicks it out. Now with Johnson at the top. Drives, spins. Another block for Reardon. At least redirected. Might have been a pass intended for Ryan underneath the hoop. Anderson nearly gets it stripped away. Johnson gets called for the foul on the steal attempt. 10th team foul on the Vikings, meaning 2 free throws for Jagger Anderson. That is the 3rd foul on Tavian Johnson. Anderson, a notoriously bad free throw shooter. At one point this season was averaging 42% from the free throw line. He's gotten it up to 54%, but that is still a very subpar mark.
You don't like to see your guards shooting free throws at that percentage. You want to see them up around 70%. That's about norm.
Roughly normal, I would say.
For a college player, so 52%. You want to definitely get that work back up to at least 60%.
1 of 2 at the free throw line. The Cardinals now up by 2. So Johnson out of the game with 3 fouls here in the first half as Hill puts up a pretty shot from the baseline to knot the game up at 23. Anderson back with it. He's been dynamic with the rock in his hands tonight. Looking for Sorensen underneath, has to go outside to Hahn. Halfway through the shot clock, it's Reardon at the top. Goes to work and kicks it out. Hahn, a corner pocket 3, misses strong, back of the rim, pulled down by Orange. Falling down on the near side is Sortillo. He looks all right. Aiden Chang still in the lineup for the Cardinals. Backdoor cut Sortillo to the hole. Spins all the way around. Now Ryan a 3. He'd only hit 1 coming into the contest and misses strong there. Hahn with the board. Anderson, nice needled pass to Reardon. Finds a wide open Kevin Hahn. In and out, no good. Cardinals cannot hit from deep tonight.
No, they haven't made a three-point shot yet. They're 0 for 10 from three-point line. So that's something that they're going to have to obviously work on later on in this game if they want to stay with Augustana. You can't not hit a three-pointer and expect to stay with the number 2 team in the nation.
9 on the shot clock. The Vikings had to put up a shot soon. Hill, couple of the stutter steps, and now splash bottom of the net. Vikings take a lead, and the Cardinals want a timeout.
Yeah, you don't want to let Hill start heating it up. He's now 2 of his last 2 shots, but again, he hasn't. This is only 2 shots that he's made, so he's only got 4 points in this game. But we know that what he can do offensively. If he can get going for Augustana, that's going to spell trouble for North Central.
Now we talk about the issues from behind the three-point line for NCC. This is a team that has been heavily relying on the three-point shot as of late as a primary source of offense. It's a little bit troubling early on to see them so bad from deep, but it also has to be a little bit encouraging that they're only down by 2 in spite of that poor shooting.
Well, they've been able to get out in transition, run the floor a little bit. It helps that they are drawing the foul call, getting to the line, shooting free throws. So if they can continue to push the action, push the issue, and make Augustana foul, get them in foul trouble, continually go to the free throw line, they'll be in a pretty good position going forward.
Cardinals do need to start hitting those shots, though.
Ooh, that was
nearly
close.
a backcourt violation. Oof. That should have been called, maybe. Sorensen hands off. Anderson blisters into the lane and gets the roll. That is the 4th time tonight that he has gone to the rack and put up a shot that didn't look like it should go in as Ryan finds the bottom of the twine. Back and forth we go. Vikings still with a 2-point lead. 3:15 to play. Anderson in and out. Taken away by Pills on the sideline, stepped out of bounds. It is off of Pills. Anderson, good hustle going up and over the top of the shooting guard for the Vikings.
Yeah, you gotta like the hustle of both teams, right? Obviously, this is still a tight contest. 3:13 left in the half. Both teams are going up and down the floor. There's been a really good pace to this game so far for both teams. You don't know who really is going to benefit yet, but North Central hanging around with the number 2 team, it has looked really good actually so far, even in spite of the fact that they haven't hit a 3-point shot.
Jaquan Phipps into the game, the freshman, one of 3 contributing right away for the Cardinals. Moten goes to the baseline, 6 seconds left on the clock. Anderson with the 3. He can't connect. Phipps tracks it down, hands off to Moten. Back to Erwin Henry at the top. Thought about it, now goes to Moten. Back to Anderson, and he's hesitant to pull.
Yeah, you wonder if now that it's starting to creep in their heads a little bit that they haven't been able to hit a shot from behind the line.
Taken away by Hill. Anderson's going to let him go. Left-handed layup is good and a 4-point lead. Sorensen didn't see him coming from the weak side. Anderson kicks it into 6th gear. Underneath the basket, Sorensen, turn away shot. Gets it to fall and assist going to Jagger Anderson.
Nice little soft touch around the rim. Great positioning by Sorensen there.
Nice crossover move from Hill. No shot attempt. It'll be a foul on the floor, but free throws coming up for the senior guard. Foul on Phipps to keep Hill from getting right to the rim. Really interesting first half. Perhaps the most interesting I've seen this season, because neither team has separated at all. Neither team has really shown flashes of potentially separating as well. Cardinal crazies dressed in white beyond the basket. Hill knocks down the first.
Yeah, after starting the game. 0 of 3, Hill has now hit his last 3 shots, and here at the free throw line, has a chance for his second one.
Back to a 4-point lead. Sorensen in the game. Phipps will take a seat. So it is back to the starting 5 for NCC with 2:20 to go first half. And now Connor Reardon will run the point forward position. Jagger Anderson playing off the ball.
Reardon's going to have to find a second gear here late into this first half. 2 turnovers already in this game, only 2 points. So yeah, for someone who's been one of their top scorers this year, he's going to have to find a way to get it going against this Augie defense.
Down low, Sorensen met by a double team. Shot up, rims around, no good. Here comes Straughter. Couple of hesitations, couple of crossovers. Now turns back into the lane, kicks it out to Pills. They'll reset. That's the advantage of getting the ball up the floor in such quick time. Straughter kicks it out again. Hill, hesitation move underneath the basket, and a foul on Anderson as Hoekstra went up with it.
Yeah, he got his hand in there a little too quick. Maybe got him on the arm. Couldn't really see from our vantage point, but you got to stay down on those shot fakes from 3-point line. Again, Augustana is not hitting their threes, only 6 threes per game. You got to be able to sit down, play defense, and not let them get those drives to the lane like that.
Poor shooting form and a bad miss for Hoekstra. 4-point game. That's the largest lead for either team tonight. It's always fun when that's the case. Hill comes weak side, gets the offensive board and puts it right back. Big communication breakdown off the missed free throw for the Cardinals. Out of bounds, off the Cardinals, and Augustana is fired up. Cardinals have to weather the storm.
Yeah, this is one of those waves that we finally have been talking about. Neither one have been able to really get an advantage here or there. It looks like Augustana is finally starting to show why they're the number 2 team and starting to take advantage of the Cardinals' miscues.
33-27, Hill, a three straight away. And a timeout taken from North Central. And here it is, the push from Augustana heading into the half, now up by 9. A full minute timeout. We'll be back on the other side of the break on NCTV 17. Cardinals have to combat this run by the Vikings. Now on a 9-0 run. A minute left to go, first half. Connor Raridan with the basketball. The Cardinals could use a few points of their own before intermission. Raridan, hesitation and crossover. Henry in the corner, takes the three, knocks it down. The answer coming from the sophomore Henry. Taken away, Aiden Chang. Moten down low. Henry throws up a shot. He'll go to the line for two on the foul from Jacob Johnston. And the Cardinals take all that momentum that was going the way of the Augustana Vikings and swing it right back to their side.
Yeah, if Henry can make both these free throws, you got yourself a 4-point game late in this half here. After what looked like could be a detrimental three by Hunter Hill there to go up 9, you have a chance to cut back into that lead. And if Henry can make both these free throws, you're in a pretty good position going into the half.
Misses on the first. Place got very quiet here inside Gregory Arena.
You have to give it to the Augie fans for being pretty respectful so far in this game. I mean, they come out from Rock Island in a pretty good size bunch here, but you know, the North Central faithful also showing up in numbers as well. This has been a very lively, very big crowd tonight, so hats off to both sides for showing up tonight.
This is rivaling some of the best crowds I saw during some of those peak years where both North Central and Wheaton were both title contenders. And I mean, it was just one side was orange, one side was red. It was pandemonium, both here and inside the Wheaton Gymnasium. 36-31, and a whistle off the ball. A foul against the Cardinals, and I believe this is Matzel who will be going to the line for two.
Yeah, we're going to get Henry on another hand check off the ball. The refs are keeping a keen eye on all that sort of stuff going on underneath. So it may come down to a free throw game after all, and if that's the case, North Central might be in trouble.
The one thing you can say is Matzel, a 65% free throw shooter, does knock down the first of the 1-and-1. 37-31, 28.5 seconds left, first half of play. Second is bricked, no good. Moten pulls it down. Has Phipps on the near side, or rather Erwin Henry. Phipps is checked out. Cardinals will hold for the final shot. Raridan guarded by Pills. Hands off Moten. 10 seconds. I would not put it past Jamie to pull from right there. Screen. Shot from the right wing. Yes, Jamie Moten! Time expires. The Cardinals down just 3 heading into the half. They cut a 9-point deficit down to 3 with just a minute to go in the intermission. Impressive, and I mean impressive effort by North Central.
That was a huge three by Moten. We've talked about it. You know, Cardinals haven't been hitting from three-point line much. So for them to get that big three there, knock it down and make it a three-point game at half, big momentum swing going into the break.
We'll take a 15-minute timeout with the teams. We need to catch our breaths. This has been a fun contest. We hope you stick along on NCTV 17. We'll be back on your home for the Cardinals.
Ladies and gentlemen, It will be Viking
Welcome
ball.
back to the second half of play inside Gregory Arena. The Augustana Vikings open up a 9-point advantage with 1 minute and 4 seconds left to go in the half, and then all of a sudden, oh no. 3-point lead going into the half because of Jamie Moten knocking down a big three. Erwin Henry also with the triple from the corner. The Cardinals came storming back in our halftime lead, 37-34 Augustana. Welcome back, NCTV 17 presents Cardinal basketball on a Wednesday night. Kevin Jackman, Joe Olmo here on the campus of North Central College. And Joe, that first half was really something else. Right as we were saying, neither team was really pulling away. The Augustana Vikings did, but then the Cardinals combated that with a run of their own.
Yeah, if you like D3 basketball, this is the game that you want to be watching tonight because both teams, neither one of them really found their groove until late in the game.
Blocked by Sorensen. Good defense by Anderson going to the basket. And again, Jagger Anderson involved in a play that makes us just stop talking and watch.
Well, Jagger Anderson led the Cardinals with 9 points in that first half. A little bit of surprising when you think that Sorensen and Raridan have been the catalyst for this Cardinal offense. For them to only have a combined
6 points.
6 points. That's not, that's not going to get it done for the Cardinals, especially against a team like Augustana.
Both teams efficient from the floor tonight. Augustana more so. 15 of 23 shooting as Ryan goes to the rim and picks up a pair on a very hard fought 2 points. Anderson gives off to Raridan, guarded by Ryan. Sorensen underneath the basket, stuck on the baseline, goes up and under, misses, tips it back up, and a foul on his second effort. Foul will come against Matzel.
Number 42, Brandon Matzel, is third. First team foul, second half. Alex Sorensen to the line. Shooting two.
Sorensen puts up the first, and it's good. 5th point of the night for Alex Sorensen on his first free throw attempt. Was 2 of 5 from the floor in that first half. 2 assists, 2 rebounds, a block, but for the most part, fairly quiet for the sophomore transfer. 4-point lead, 39-35. Hill, and Joe, you were saying this during one of the breaks, started feeling it, and he continues to feel it here in the second half. The shooter gained some confidence after starting 0 for 2 and has now knocked down 5 of his last 6 shots.
Yeah, we know that Hunter Hill is the catalyst for this Augustana team. If he's not shooting the ball well, this Augie offense.
Jamie Moten comes the other way,
and just like Hill, Moten is the one that needs to get it going for the Cardinals. And we said it in the pregame that he's right up there with the top, 3-point shooters in Cardinal history. And you need him to be able to knock down those open looks like that.
offensive foul. Matzel puts an elbow right into the chest of Alex Sorensen, who hits the deck. That is the third foul on Matzel.
Brandon Matzel, his fourth. Second team foul.
That is a big foul. He'll have to come out. Johnson will check in. He also has 3 personal fouls. But I was going to say, if this is how the second half is going to be, a shooting range between Moten and Hill, I am not one to oppose. That would be a lot of fun to watch. I don't know if Coach Raridan would be too happy with that, considering he's a defensive-minded coach, but the rest of us would be pretty happy with it. Sorensen goes to work and traveled. He shuffled his feet after opting not to hand it off to Erwin Henry. (17:41). 2 team fouls all the way are already for Augustana.
I think after that first half, the way that ended, you thought there would be a little bit more of an up and down pace to the second half. It's been a little slower paced. I think everyone was trying to catch their breath after what transpired in those last couple minutes, but you have to like that North Central is keeping their, I don't know about that one.
Well, they're keeping their composure, which is nice.
Yes, yeah.
Jamie Moten picks up the foul. lobbying for that foul to be erased because he thought he had the hand on the ball as Straughter went to the net. Now he'll get 2 free throws. 43-38. And Straughter knocks down a pair. Cardinals need to stop making these unforced errors. We've already seen a couple of them in this first half. The travel from Sorensen and the misfire from Jagger Anderson to Sorensen on the block. Sorensen high post, hands off. Reardon takes the 3, skips off the rim, opposite side. Straughter pulls down the rebound. Goes to the hole, aggressively lays it up, cannot get it to go. Cardinals have a man advantage. Ahead to Anderson, up against Pills, and Pills commits the foul. Good push for the Cardinals. They recognized that they had the advantage and took advantage of it.
Yeah, you don't see the bounce pass utilized as much anymore in today's game, but Reardon with the perfect bounce pass to Anderson. Anderson didn't know, it looked like he was very sure about what he wanted to do, whether he wanted to go up or try and look for Irwin underneath, but he decided to go up with it, get the foul, and go to the free throw line.
First one rattles its way home. Well, when you're the son of a longtime head coach, you better know how to bounce pass. And that's what Connor Reardon is. He's the 3rd Reardon to come through the North Central program. One of those sons is sitting on the bench right now, Mitch Reardon, in the gray suit to the right of Todd. Derek Reardon, I can only imagine, is in attendance tonight as well. He just finished up his playing career 2 years ago. To the hole, Ryan leaves it short. Johnson tries to put up a second effort, and a foul coming against the Cardinals. That is Connor Reardon picking up the foul, his second. Seemed like Johnson was already out of control on his way up to the basket.
You wonder if that might have been a bailout call because, of, like you said, he looked like he was out of control. It was the back judge that made that call, so even the ref on the baseline wasn't about to blow his whistle on that. So I think just the angle of the call by the ref is what made that decision for him. Because from our vantage point, it looked like he got.
He was already. I don't know what he was doing going up to the basket. Cardinals with 2 personal fouls. Augustana 3. Splitting a pair. It's now 45-39 with 16:35 to go. Second half. Ryan comes back in. Anderson in the backcourt, squaring off against Krishan Orange. He's been quiet tonight. 18 points for him in the last meeting. Reardon between the legs, now goes toward to the baseline, stops and gets double teamed, looking for the odd man out. It's Anderson on the far side, taking the 3 from the wing. Back of the iron, no good. Orange the rebound, hustling up. Erwin Henry tried to take the charge, and Orange gets the high scoop off the glass to go. And a timeout taken by the Cardinals. Back to an 8-point lead for Augustana. They will take a full timeout. We'll take a full timeout with them. We'll be back in a minute on NCTV 17. (47-39), 15:59 to go, second half. And so far, it's been Connor Reardon is a bit of a disappointment in this contest. The first time these 2 teams squared up, a much better affair for the freshman.
Yeah, last time that these 2 faced off, 18 points for Reardon. Right now, he's only got 2 points in this game, and he's going to need to pick it up if North Central wants to stick around in this game. Obviously, it's only an 8-point game, still early in the second half, so a lot of time to get back in this. But both Sorensen and Raritan need to find their offensive game if they're going to want to stick around.
Those two have been working hard, but don't have a ton to show for it. Moten at the top against Hill. Gets a screen from Raritan. Now a mismatch underneath. Raritan has Hill on him. Sorensen will take the three. Front of the rim, no good, out of bounds. Pulled down by Orange. It's again the missed three-point opportunities for the Cardinals. Under the basket, Johnson. Left hand is good. 10-point game, largest lead of the night for the Vikings. Can the Cardinals find another run in them, similar to what they did to end that first half? Moten, cross-court pass Anderson to the corner. Henry, short. Sorensen, last to touch off of Ryan.
Returning for the Cardinals, number 40, Kevin Hahn.
We made a big mention of the three-point shooting for the Cardinals. 2 of 12 in the first half. Now 3 of 17 for the game. They're going to have to find a way to hit from behind the arc. A 10-point game is not that much to come back from, but if you're not hitting your shots from the outside, making up that 3-2 difference, it's going to be hard to combat that when you're giving up easy buckets underneath on the other side.
Anderson in the lane, goes aggressively to the rim, and it's into the hands of Hill, and Hill, what is going on here? Hill said something to the referee, and the referee is calling him over.
The ref is calling Hill for out of bounds. He had his right foot on the end line when he grabbed the ball, trying to get back in play. Didn't have both feet in bounds to, get a full body inbounds to make sure that he had control of the ball before he took off on the other side. He obviously disagreed, and that's what that whole conversation was about.
Kevin Hahn was also shaking his head, so whatever was said, it seemed like it was bad enough to at least warrant that reaction from Kevin Hahn. Moten in the corner, a quick three-poll. Off the rim again, a miss, 3 of 18 from distance. Johnson scoops it back to the top with Hill. Hill puts his shoulder into the chest of Anderson. Now a baseline jumper, Ryan, good.
Gonna have to do a better job of contesting a little mid-range jumper from
Another full timeout. Augustana gets a standing ovation from their faithful. We'll be back on NCTV 17 after the break. Cardinals have already used 2 timeouts in this second half. Just 14:32 on the clock in the game. Cardinals down 11. Aiden Chang checks into the game. Alex Sorensen on the bench, along with Jagger Anderson. Cardinals need to find a spark. Hahn, back cut, Connor Raritan. Spins a couple of times. Trying to shake loose of Ben Ryan. Gets a double team. Ball on the floor. Erwin Henry fighting for it. And a jump ball belongs to the Cardinals. And now I believe a technical foul on Coach Todd Raritan, or a warning. It is now a warning for Todd Raritan. Officials will talk. I don't know if this is a shot clock violation or not, or rather a shot clock issue. And they will reset the clock because Hunter Hill had possession of the basketball. That's what Coach Reardon was saying. So maybe it wasn't a warning. Hahn to the hole, covers the basketball up, finger rolls good.
That's just a good, strong play by Hahn there to go to the rim. Especially when the Cardinals need to find some sort of offense. They're not hitting from behind the arc, so they have to continually go to the rim.
Under the basket, and Ryan looked like he might have taken an extra step on his way there. But Ryan has been able to get to the rim with relative ease tonight, 7 of 11 from the floor. He's got 15. That is Connor Reardon's assignment. Reardon to the basket, puts up a shot. Floater is good.
He's going to need to get going if the Cardinals want to get back in this one, down 10 with 13 and a half to play.
3 from the wing, no good. Pulled down by Connor Reardon. And here we go. Could this be a momentum swing for the Cardinals? Outside, Jamie Moten goes to work against Hunter Hill. Reardon sidesteps a screen. Now gets it right back. Pump fakes, backdoor cut. Erwin Henry fights up a shot, gets the roll. And Erwin Henry looks a little limp on the play.
Yeah, it looked like he was
shake it off.
Trying to talk to Coach Reardon there, saying, I need somebody to come and get me. I'm not feeling it now after that nice play at the rim.
Stripped away by Kevin Hahn. Ryan battling forward, off of Ryan, not a play. And a timeout taken by Augustana. And the fans are livid. Augustana is livid.
There will be a 30-second timeout.
Cardinals to within 8, and a 30-second break taken by the Vikings.
Not sure if North Central got away with the foul there on the block attempt, or if it may have gone out of bounds. And Augustana thought Cardinals were last to tip it, but either way, it's going back to the Cardinals. 12:44 left in this game, only an 8-point lead. Again, they've been able to kind of cut into that lead. 12 points down to 8 now. It looks like that momentum shift is finally going back in North Central's favor.
Kevin Jackman, Joe Olmo here from Gregory Arena. Thanks for joining us tonight. Number 2, Augustana. Number 13, North Central. It's been an uphill climb this entire season for the Cardinals in the rankings. They started out of the top 25 and have battled their way all the way to 13. Augustana coming off a runner-up finish in the tournament a year ago. Virtually one of the top teams from the very start. In fact, they were number 1 in the preseason poll. Aiden Chang on the perimeter. Drives, puts up a floating shot, no good. Looks like Erwin Henry might have been pushed from behind, no whistle. More contact is being allowed in this second half, that is for sure. How that will factor into the game down the stretch to be determined.
We kind of had a feeling that might happen. The refs made sure that they made those ticky-tack calls early to kind of, and we might get another one here. To kind of to slow the pace of the game down and make sure that they know, that the players know that they're in control of this game. And now they may let them loosen up a little bit. 12 minutes to go to play some basketball, and hopefully that helps North Central down the stretch here.
Sorensen and Henderson will check back in. Looks like Aiden Chang will go back to the sideline. And now Matzel will come back in for the Vikings. So it's all starters for North Central with the exception of Kevin Hahn in place of Erwin Henry, who's now talking to the training staff on the sideline. Looks like he's just all right. Fresh shot clock for Augustana. Hill in the corner against Anderson. Bounce pass opposite way. Hahn, nice job fighting him to the baseline. Matzel underneath. The right-handed shot is good. Nice find as a last resort.
Sorensen got caught watching the ball. He was watching the man go on the baseline there, lost his man, Matzel, and that's what happens when you leave a guy like him, the skill that Matzel has in the paint. You can't let your guy go like that. You got to have defensive responsibilities, and he just let him go.
Sorensen short on the hook. And a foul on the Cardinals coming the other way. It just seems like the Cardinals have had their opportunities to put in some fairly routine baskets and have not been able to get those to drop for whatever reason tonight.
You wonder if it was that early part of the game where they were a lot of up and down, back and forth. They were pushing the pace. You wonder if that energy has kind of been sapped from them, especially with them down 10 now. They're trying to make a good comeback here, but when you have those shots inside, put a little too much touch on it, and they fall a little bit short.
Might be a momentum sparker as Sorensen blocked Matzo underneath, and Anderson reverses course and lays it in with the left hand. Back to 8 points, the lead for Augustana. Straughter into the lane, taken away. Kevin Hahn one-on-one. Into the lane, right-handed shot up and good. And Gray Giovini is absolutely furious at Joanne Straughter.
Yeah, Straughter tried to go to the lane with his left hand, just lost the ball as he was dribbling, and Hahn was the beneficiary of that play. Takes it away from him, goes the other way, gets the layup. And again, we're down to a 6-point game. You can hear the faithful finally getting involved.
Hills had Reardon in the air to Straughter. Baseline blocked by Sorensen. Swatted out of bounds. 6 on the shot clock now for Augustana.
And if the Cardinals fan base wasn't already on their feet, they definitely are now after that Sorensen block. Wow.
Outside Matzo, 5 to work with. Hill, 3-point shot from deep. Oh!
That is a backbreaker. You get yourself back into a 6-point game. Hill not really known for his 3-point shooting and just buries one from deep.
Hahn to Moten. Moten with the answer from deep. Short front of the rim. Ryan backwards to Hill. Under 10 to play.
You got to think he was trying to answer that Hill 3, but a little bit out of his range. They're trying to just feed off of the energy here.
Another deep 3 for Hill. And it's off the shot clock. If that one went in.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Cardinals would have needed to bring an ice pack on the floor to cool him down. And I believe the inbound might be coming from this.
End of the game for the Vikings, number 32.
I take that back. The officials objecting with the appearance of Kevin Hahn, asking him to tuck his jersey back in. Hill will take a seat. The Cardinals happy to see that happen. Reardon calls a timeout. That is their second to last timeout. The Cardinals could not shake loose in the backcourt.
It will be a full timeout.
And a full timeout for the Cardinals. We'll take a full timeout with them. We'll be back on NCTV 17. Kevin Hahn, the lone bench player, to come back on the floor for the Cardinals. The only starter out right now is Erwin Henry. Anderson, nice crossover against Griffin Pills. Backdoor cut Sorensen. Gets it right back off the hands of Matzo. Cross court. Corner 3. No good for Moten. Skying for the board is Pills. Shot from Orange. No good. Reardon the board. Cardinals need to be a little bit more methodical with their approach as Anderson gets an improbable shot to fall.
I think it's safe to say that Jagger Anderson has been the best player on the court for the Cardinals right now.
I don't even think you'll find somebody with an argument to that.
14 points on the game, leading the Cardinals offense right now. He has a chance to cut into that lead, make it a 6-point game again.
Leaves it well short. Struggles continue at the line, now 2 of 5. 7-point lead for the Vikings. Keep the ball away from the three-point line as Pills misses. Brought down by Kevin Hahn, and a foul from behind.
Hahn just ripped that away from behind.
First foul on Sortillo. 5th team foul on Augustana. Cardinals have 14 fouls, so watch that situation with 8:40 to go. It could play a major part in this game. Cardinals need a bucket. Anderson all alone, outside pass, blocking foul underneath the basket. Anderson able to skirt right by him. And I believe that was Sortillo picking up a second consecutive foul.
Whether or not that was designed to spread the court out the way that they did, Augustana left the paint wide open for Anderson, who's been doing nothing but driving to the lane all game long. So for Augies to just leave the paint wide open like that, you got to like your chances. And obviously Anderson going to the rim hard, draws the foul. He had Moten kicked out for a 3-point if that was available. So you got to continue to try and...
Moten is standing on the sideline right now. We can't see it on the screen. But he kept his foot in place and was pointing down saying, I am not on the sideline, Mr. Referee. 58-51, another turnover for the Cardinals. Too many tonight. Kicked out, Hill passes up a 3. Strotter will take it instead. In and out, no good. Reardon the other way. Backs out, Sorensen will take the 3. Strong, Anderson the board. Resets the offense.
For as many times as we think that the Cardinals have been turning over, both teams only with 9 turnovers apiece, so it hasn't been too much of a factor, but when you figure that...
Count the bucket in 1! Jagger Anderson!
Team 7.
Strotter was just trying to stay in front of him, chopping his feet up and down. Anderson went right at him.
Again, Anderson is in attack mode tonight.
Free throw good to complete the 3-point play. The Cardinals to within 4. 7:53 to go, and the Cardinal bench is up and clapping. Pills near side. Cross court Ryan from the free throw line knocks down the shot. At least for the moment, quiets the crowd here inside Gregory Arena, or at least the Cardinal half. Anderson spins, kicks, Sorensen just inside the 3-point line, gets a jumper of his own.
Anderson showing that he can also pass the ball when he needs to. And you gotta get Sorensen involved in the offense, and that's a good way to start it out. Not from behind the arc, but just inside for a nice little 2-point shot.
Matzel, shot.
Gotta guard in the paint. Got to guard in the paint, especially with these guys that are big like Matzel and Ryan. Both 6'7" and up. You can't let them get those little bunny shots.
Anderson with 17 tonight. Sorensen passes over the 3. Moten flying by him is Hill. Outside Anderson to the corner. Kevin Hahn for 3. The bench erupts. It's a 3-point game. Just one possession separating the Cardinals from the second-ranked team in the nation. They've done it once this year, taking down Elmhurst when they were ranked 2nd. Can they do it again tonight? 6:20 remain. Ryan, a shot, in and out, no good. Hahn the board. Cardinals can tie on this possession. Anderson whips into the lane, kicks it out. Reardon passes it over. Kevin Hahn thought about it, now takes it out. Slows it down and maybe just for a moment catches the breath. High screen for Sorensen. Anderson comes across into the lane, stops, gets a foul. He's going up with the basketball. He'll go to the line for 2.
You gotta like the poise of the Cardinals offense to back it out. They didn't have the same momentum they thought they were gonna have going to the rim the way that they've been doing, getting the shots. Back it out, let Anderson go to work on Strotter. He gets him to turn. That means Motzel has to help. Motzel gets the foul. He goes to the bench.
And he's out.
He's out
for the night.
He's
5
done.
fouls for Motzel. So their best rim protector now has to watch for the final 6 minutes of this game, meaning Ben Ryan is now the biggest guy on the floor for the Vikings. Anderson cannot get the first. Did you hear how quiet this place got?
I did. I respect Augustana's fan base for being so silent, but again, this is a college game. You can make some noise. It's okay. Being on the road is okay to make noise.
Misses a pair, Pills the rebound.
We mentioned it before, free throws are not the Cardinals' strong point. That could be all the difference late in this game. Only a 3-point game right now.
Pills loses it, trying to reach for the body of Hahn. Reardon with it and crosses the timeline. 3-point game still. Anderson missing a pair of free throws moments ago. Reardon, screen from Sorensen, now slips. In attack mode, goes to the rim, back cut, Hahn underneath. 1-point affair.
What a pretty dish by Reardon there. Got some contact. The refs swallowed the whistle on that play. Reardon continues to fight, gets to the rim. Nice little back pass. Shovels it to Hahn for the 2.
Hill in the corner, nearly stepped on the sideline. To Strotter. Cardinals in a zone. Hill with the 3. Over the outstretched arms of Kevin Hahn. Knocks it down. He's the one guy you can't let shoot.
Yeah, Hahn has 22 points in the game so far. He's really feeling it after that slow start to his game. 4 of 7 from three-point line. We said it at the beginning of this broadcast. Augie is only averaging 6 made three-pointers per game. He's got 4 of them already. And like we said, they only have 5 on this in this game, but 4 of them coming from Hill.
Hahn with a baseline jumper. 4 minutes, 15 seconds. That's what left in our game. What a game it's been. 65-63 the score. Johnson in the lane, kicks it out, Pills. Corner, Hill. He'll take it again for 3. This guy is just out of this world right now.
I don't want to make a comparison to Steph Curry, but he does have a very quick release just like Steph Curry, and that makes it very difficult to guard against, especially for Hahn, who's coming out there trying to put a hand in his face. But when you have a quick release like that,
Hahn, rather, Moten the answer.
Moten also has a quick release, and he knows how to put it down. We have a 2-point game, 3.5 to go.
Right now, I think you go spy on Hunter Hill. Pills wanted to go to Hill on that far side. Strotter with it. Back cut Hill.
Well, it looks
Spins.
like North Central has gone to a zone defense.
In and out, no good.
You will let Strotter shoot that all day.
Can the Cardinals tie this game back up or take the lead? 3 minutes left in the game. The Cardinals have 1 timeout. Augustana has 3 of them. Anderson to Reardon, near side wing. Hahn straight away on Johnson, the defender. Goes to work during the clock, and an offensive charge on Hahn. Hahn with the foul.
I don't think it was more so that Augustana had position on that, as much as Hahn just dropped his shoulder and basically had given the ref no choice but to make that call.
Timeout Augustana. They'll talk things over. Foul situation is this. Augustana with 18 fouls. The Cardinals with 5. Possession arrow currently points to Augustana. 2 timeouts remain for the Vikings, 1 for NCC. And it's a 2-score game. Basically what I'm saying is anything can happen in these final 2 minutes and 42 seconds. And as you can see, the fans are sitting on the edges of their seats up here in the rafters, just as they are below. Cardinal crazies dressed in all white in the corner behind the Cardinal basket, trying to root on their team to a victory for the second time this season over the second-ranked team in the country. So far, it's been an up and down game for the Cardinals. They've trailed by as much as 11 at some points here in the second half. But each and every time Augustana has gone on a run, the Cardinals have combated it with one of their own. They've gotten to within a single point. Now they're down by 2. 68-66, the last possession, a turnover. Kevin Hahn lowering his shoulder, causing an offensive charge. So Augustana will have the basketball coming out of this timeout with those 2 minutes and 42 seconds left to play. It'll be Ryan, Hill, Orange, Johnson, and Sortillo on the floor for the Vikings. Moten, Anderson, Sorensen, Reardon, and Hahn for the Cardinals. Orange, near side, down low Ryan. It's been quiet over the last few minutes. Outside, Sortillo. Back to Ryan, tries to face up Hahn. Ball knocked away to Sortillo. Into the lane, tough shot, gets the roll. I don't know how that one went down.
Reardon was all in his face, and that's just a great play.
2:05 to play. Reardon to Anderson, back to Reardon, middle of the floor. Sorensen outside. Anderson wants a three. Karam's off the rim, into the hands of Hill, and of Howe on Hahn.
I think it looked like Hill just lost his balance.
That is the team's 6th foul. No free throws yet. Four-point game. Cardinals in a 3-2 zone. Hill with the basketball. He has been just absolutely on fire tonight.
Yeah,
25 points.
Unbelievable. He's 5 of 8 from three-point line. That's the biggest key right there.
Orange, a three. Misses. Sorensen comes down with it. Ahead to Anderson. 3-on-2 Cardinals with a disadvantage. Anderson to the lane! Tough shot, and again, he gets it to drop.
He's doing nothing but attacking the rim, and Augustana's not stepping out. He's just going right around the defender, trying to cause a charge. Anderson's a lot quicker than that guy is.
Right now, I almost feel like the Cardinals are in that pickup game mode where they're down by 1 or down by 2, and they say, no threes. Don't let them shoot a three. So Ben Ryan takes advantage under the basket and takes a 2 instead. Moten wide open in the corner. Cues up a three. Strong, no good. Orange the rebound. Moten guarding, and he fouls him. And Moten is upset with himself.
Yeah, he needed to hit that three. It's still a 4-point game, 47.7 seconds remaining. It's going to send Augie to the line, but he really wanted to hit that three to make it a 1-point game. And now you're going to have to play the foul game here. Down by 4. It's
into the game for the Cardinals, number 34, Erwin Henry.
Still got the shot clock on your side, but time is winding down. You have to start to slow the game down with the fouls and hope that they miss their free throws. You hit your shot.
Schroeder checks back in. Erwin Henry just tagged Jagger Anderson out. Gets a little water break on the sideline. He'll need it. 47.7 seconds, a 1-and-1. Miss on the front end, Hahn the rebound. Cardinals have 45 seconds to work with. They need to get the ball up the floor. Reardon against Strawder. Looking for a screen from Sorensen. Sorensen wide open, straight away, that's his shot. And he misses off the mark. Hill with the board, and Hill gets wrapped up by Kevin Hahn. One of those threes had to go down for the Cardinals in their attempt to upset number 2 Augustana.
Well, we mentioned that the poor three-point shooting may come back to bite North Central late in this game. 5 of 26 from three-point range is not going to get it done against the number 2 team, especially on your home court. this isn't like you're at Augustana. Okay, you know your rims. You know how to shoot from on this court. They're coming up short a lot of the times on these shots, and that's just not going to get it done.
Hill misses somehow, some way. Anderson racing up the floor into the lane. Kicks it out. Kevin Hahn to the corner. Connor Reardon. He's hit a bunch of tough shots this season. Moten fighting for it. It's Ryan with the rebound, and again, another missed three.
I think Anderson really wants to try and get that layup to go, but when he's playing 1-on-3 basically in the paint there, he had to kick it out, and I think just pure adrenaline overshot that shot for Reardon. And again, you have a chance at the free throw line if they miss here.
Ryan will not miss on the front end of the 1-and-1. It's a 5-point game. Next time the Cardinals foul, they're in double bonus, meaning an automatic 2 free throws for the Vikings. Second attempt. 6-point game. Augustana wants a timeout. Cardinals have 16 seconds to work with. The way things have gone so far tonight, a 3-point shot doesn't seem like a great idea, but that's almost what they have to do. A quick inbound pass, get the ball up the floor, take a 3 and foul.
Yep.
Who would you go to in this situation?
Well, Moten is who you need to try and look for in this situation. He hasn't had the best of shooting days from behind the arc. Nobody has for the Cardinals, in fact. Only, again, 5 of 27 from the 3-point line as a team. You're going to probably want to go to Moten. He's the most effective, 3 of 12 from the 3-point arc. So you need to hit a 3-pointer here to give yourself a chance. Got to get it done in 5 seconds or less, basically. Stop the clock and get a foul on the inbound. And again, just play the free throw game and hope the best that they miss their free throws and you get another chance. 6 points still very doable if they miss their free throws and you make your 3-point shots.
We'll see if the Cardinals can do that. They'll break the huddle with Moten, Reardon, Hahn, Sorensen, and Anderson. They leave 3-point specialist Aiden Chang on the bench. Even though, really, there's no weak link on the floor. I guess the weakest 3-point shooter is Anderson, but you're certainly not going to take him off the floor in this situation. Moten crosses the timeline, gets a screen from Sorensen, works to the near side. A fall-away 3-point attempt is no good. Big bounce. Ball is won by Jordan Pills, and a foul on Reardon. That will do it. Augustana still has 3 seconds to work off the clock, but have essentially wrapped up this game. Score right now, 74-68, 3.3 seconds left. They'll improve to 20-1, including 9-1 in conference play. What was at stake is that #1 spot in the conference as Pills knocks down the first. Coming in, the Cardinals and Vikings in a virtual tie, but the Vikings holding that advantage considering they won that first meeting. Now a big edge considering they've won both. Cardinals will inbound. Anderson across the timeline will not throw up a shot. That is it. Augustana comes into Gregory Arena and steals one away from the Cardinals, dropping NCC to 15-6, 8-2 inside the CCIW. The story tonight, really a juxtaposition between the 3-point shooting of Hunter Hill and the 3-point shooting of the Cardinals as a team. Hill 5 of 8. The Cardinals as a team, 5 3-point shots combined.
That is the key difference. They were getting looks. They got really good looks for the most part all game. They just weren't knocking down their shots, and that made a huge difference. Again, when Reardon and Sorensen are your 2 top scorers throughout the year, and they combined for 11 points, that's not going to get it done. You need your playmakers to make plays. You need your scorers to score. And when you have a 5 of 27 type shooting night from behind the arc, Reardon and Sorensen both held under double digits, probably for the first time all season, I'd say. That's what leads to an 8-point loss.
Bit of a disturbing trend for Connor Reardon in his last 2 games. has been completely underwhelming. Just 1 of 9 from the floor against Wheaton on Saturday tonight. The freshman just 2 of 5, did not put up a ton of shots. He couldn't get around the defense of Ben Ryan, who in his own right had a magnificent game. 21 points, 4 rebounds for Ryan, but it was, again, Hunter Hill, the player of the game, 25 points, 5 of 8 from behind the arc, pulled down 5 rebounds, dished out a couple of assists, and got a steal. The guy did everything, and more importantly, hit the big shots down the stretch.
He got on a roll there in the second half that I don't think any of us could have expected. He was literally just pulling it from anywhere that he was on the court once he touched that ball. I don't think he took a dribble half the time that he touched that ball. He was just pulling it, and it was going down. It was very Steph Curry-esque the way he was shooting the ball. And again, I don't want to try and make the comparison, but the way that he was able to just grab, release, and just knock it down is the key difference in this game.
The next time we'll see the Cardinals is in just a few days. Illinois Wesleyan will come to town on Saturday for a double feature. Both the women and the men will play here inside Gregory Arena. The tip-off for the women's game will be at 5 o'clock. The men's game roughly at 7 o'clock. It'll be half an hour after the conclusion of that women's game. We'll have both of those games live here on NCTV 17 and on nctv17.com. It was a fun game tonight, not the outcome the Cardinals were hoping for. But again, they're the number 2 team in the nation. They have big playmakers, and one of those is Hunter Hill, the other Ben Ryan. They both showed up tonight. The Cardinals did not get big contributions from their superstars, and that was the story. So with that said, we will end our night. We will end the broadcast. We will be back on Saturday for a twin billing. For everyone involved, Rachel Glover back at the studio, our cameraman Chris Picciolo, Joe Olmo, my color man tonight. I'm Kevin Jackman saying so long. We'll see you Saturday from right here inside Gregory Arena.